Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. I'm going to feature a personal favorite of mine, the USS Hornet. I just got this aircraft carrier. I don't normally play CVs. I find the play to be very boring, and I'm not exactly good at it. I mean, I think I'm an average player. That's about it. I mean, I don't really play them that much, sometimes in operations. But the USS Hornet is real, and this one comes with the B-25s on it, so that's why I got it. It's a fantastic history of this boat. Not only did it participate with the B-25 Mitchells in the Doolittle raid on April 2nd, no, April 18th, I believe it was, 1942. She also did the Battle of Midway and the Battle of Santa Cruz, where she ultimately was wounded and was sunk by the U.S. Navy, not by the Japanese. So there's basically three different air groups with this, and I'm going to go through them a bit later and show you what they do and show you how they work, how they turn, etc., etc. They're typical boats that you might catch on the U.S. Enterprise for the Devastator and the Dauntless for torpedoes and for AP bombs. And they also have the B-25 Mitchell. So that's a one-time shot deal you get, and you have to wait a couple minutes before they're even ready to go. They are pretty effective, but again, I'll get into it a bit later. I know everyone says aircraft carriers are OP, overpowered, and I'm sure with a Super Unicom player they are, but watch what this Florida does to my squadron. And gone. Yeah, they're not exactly that OP. This is my first game in the boat, to be honest with you. I'm trying. But let's get into it. Let's talk about it. The first thing I'm going to talk about right off the bat is the artwork. The art department always nails it with wargaming and World of Warships. Look at how gorgeous this looks. And she's got that America camo on it. You got the, I'm not sure if it's a Devastator or Dauntless is on there. Or a combination of both, actually, and the B-25 Mitchells, which are fantastic. Again, Wargaming's art department nailed it. It just looks gorgeous and fantastic. Let's go on the armor layout. So right off the bat, she's got 19 mil up front. She's got 40 mil on the side, and 38 there, but whatever. And the deck is only 25. Yeah, you're very susceptible to HE and AP bombs. Quite a bit, actually. Survivability for me is 50,000 with 28% torpedo protection. Again, not a great pool at Tier 8 because you're going to face Tier 10 boats, including super ships. Her aircraft, these are the torpedo squadrons. They do 1,900 maximum damage. Sorry, my correction, torpedoes. 4,600 maximum damage. They're dead slow. 3-kilometer range and 37 knots, and I mean slow. Most DDs in the game can outrun your torpedoes, so they're meant for capital ships, really. The bombers, the SPDs, they have a limit for as armor-piercing bombs. I know that the damage looks good at 3,600, but they can only pen a 30-millimeter deck. So when you look here at the Indomitable, for instance, the British one, I had to pull this up quickly. Just let me show this for you. Yeah, the front, you can't get saturate, but the main deck, you can't penetrate with your bombs. Japanese, you can because they're built like paper. You don't blame me. Ask the Battle of Midway. Even the Graf Zeppelin you can at Tier 8, you can actually pen pretty good, which is not too bad. But when you look at things like battleships and whatnot, you'll see later on in the game, I do get 5 Citadels in a row on Bismarck. You really have to aim it quite well to get the damage. And the last one down here, the B-25 Mitchells, they're a one-time shot deal. They have a maximum damage of 7,300, and they do pen 42 millimeter, which is not bad. You'll see a couple of examples here of what they can do. They also have a pretty large health pool, about 30,000, I believe it is. So you'll see. Artillery, straight up, they've got 8 5-inch guns on here, 127 millimeter. Mine fire every 6 seconds, and maximum range is 7.9 seconds. They're primarily for anti-destroyers. Maneuverability, she's pretty slow at 12.3, but hey, nothing to write home about, but battleships are better. Her speed without a speed flag is 32.5 knots, so she can get out of places if you've overextended. Detectability at sea is 13.8 with all the captain skills. I want to kind of mention this. I hope you guys will tell me down in the comments. I've always debated, do I invest in plane skills or do I invest in hiding the carrier more? If you look for me, these are all the modifications that I take in my equipment. They're all geared for planes and to help the planes, especially the torpedo bombers. Oh, they're slow. That's what I generally take. But again, down in the comments, I'd love to hear more about what you guys think. Do you want to hide the aircraft carrier and get in close, or do you want to have better protection for your squadron? Again, torpedoes slow. You've got engine cooling system, which I take as well. And then you've got patrol fighters. Again, I like patrol fighters. And you do get a repair for one of the squadrons. I believe it's the torpedo bombers, but not for the Mitchells, the B-25s, and not for the bombers themselves. Straight up flags I take. There's economics. If you notice, I didn't take a speed flag. I don't really care. An extra 5% is not going to make a big difference. I take Alexander Ovechkin. Again, I gear this for planes and squadrons. I don't gear it for the ship. So I don't know if it's worthwhile. I've seen some CV players, push in quite a bit, and I've seen some CV players, do that and die. So depends. But these are the main ones that I take for these squadrons. This is pretty standard for me and pretty much all my CVs, especially tier 6 and above. Again, I'm not a great CV player at all. I don't play CVs that much. I find their styling to be a little bit boring compared to other ships. But it does get a little tense here at the end of the game that I was featuring here. And back to hard we go. So let's look at how the squadrons work. Here's me against the Pan-Asian Tier 10 Jen. I always tell you, these boats are no joke. They're AA, and they're is amazing. I am going to get one strike off here, and I make sure I used all full squadrons on these, because you're going to face Tier 10 boats, super ships, these type of boats, cruisers, AA cruisers, etc., etc., AA destroyers. Apparently the Florida has, amazing AA. I didn't know that. Be very careful about the boats you go up against. That was a torpedo. Here comes the dive bombing squadron. This wasn't even pretty. Yeah. Again, be very careful the boats you go up against. I know people think that CVs are OP, but there are boats now that can really counter CVs. And my Pan-Asian line is one that I would say quite obviously can. Here's the B-25s. The one thing I've noticed, they are extremely slow to turn. It looks like they're doing it fast, but if you watch the reticle in the bottom there, it turns very slow. You got to line up your attack ahead of time. If you're going up against one of these, just turn. Just turn away. And most of it's going to miss. But the damage it does, if laid out correctly, is no joke. There's almost 15k right there. And I do one more strike here against the Jian. I think it's called Jin or Jian, I'm not sure. The Pan-Asian cruiser, and I do get through. I mean, the health pool is almost 33,000. So yeah, you're going to lose health. There's no repair, but you're going to get through. But look how much she's taking away my health and my ships. Like my airplane. Oh, ouch. And again, nice solid drop. Boom. There's 15-7. So overall, this was a good game. This Bismarck player did a fantastic job of charging us. This was about the most excitement we had in the game, trying to get him and kill him before he killed myself. He did get my secondary CV player that been on the French Tier 6 CV. Overall, I bought the carrier when I had tons of doubloons for nostalgia, because I love the history of the USS Hornet and the Doolittle Raid and the B-25s. Am I going to play this a lot? Probably not. I'm not a big CV player, but if I have to bring a CV, I will take it. It can be fun. I played a few games in at random. It's good. I did play a few games in co-op, because some people in chat have asked me about doing that, and I got to be honest with you, the planes are slow. Overall CVs are slow, so you don't really do a lot of damage in co-op. You're talking 20, 30k if you're lucky, as opposed to, I'm going to get well over 70 or 75, I think, or close to it. And even then, again, I've seen people play these boats and, get hundreds of thousands of damage. That's not the case for me. So overall, co-op, I wouldn't take a CV in co-op. I'm more of a destroyer battleship player if checking things out. Again, it's not bad. I like the hidden nostalgia of it. But if you're a CV player, I would say overall this is a lot of fun and it's a lot of nostalgia. And like I said, there are much, much better CV players out there than I am. Are the squadrons OP? No, not at all. You can be decimated without too much work. As always, if you want, leave a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was worthwhile. From my point of view, take care, stay safe. And as you see, we're going to win this game. It was a hard-fought game. That Bismarck did a great job. All right, bye for now, folks. Take care.